What is up, heroes? This is Midnight Zero, and welcome to Week 7 of the NCPL. We are going to be going up against Solo, coach of the Portland Trailblazikens. And, he's already messaged me. He's got the challenge up here. I am super excited for this match. I'm super nervous for this match. I'm super scared. For those of you that don't know, Solo has been touted as one of the better teams, if not the best team in the NCPL. So it's definitely scary, and he's one of the battlers who has been growing and getting better over and over and over. As you know, the SFL went on, as even the first or the second season of the TGFA went on. So I'm nervous. I'm nervous is exactly what I am. Just like every other match, but this is pretty intense, especially given how well he's doing. This is a pretty important match. And if you don't know why I have the Pokemon I do have, definitely check out my team builder. There's a lot of thought and reason that goes into it. But regardless, let's get into this match. See what he's brought. There's the Typhlosion. There's the Typhlosion. Okay, so initial thoughts. This is very, very far from what I anticipated. For those of you wondering, this is his team. This is his team. I expected Milotic to deal with Suicune. I expected maybe even Crook. I expected potentially Miss Magus to taunt. I expected Mega Venusaur because it's a monster. I expected Magearna because it's like broken. And here's what we got. I anticipated one of Hitmonchan or Crobat for hazard control. Typhlosion was one of the things that I'm most scared of, so that's a thing. Terrakion is a monster in and of itself. Now, initial thoughts, Scizor does really well. It hits potentially Crobat, Terrak, Uxie, Aromatisse, all of them really hard. This looks like a really bulky team. Looks like a really bulky team. I'm not 100% sure what everything is doing. He's obviously got a Klurick. He's probably running Taunt, Roost, Defog, probably Brave Bird, Crobat if I had to guess. He might be running a Calm Mind Uxie, which would be really annoying actually. He's probably Scarf, Terrak, in Specs, Typhlosion. Actually, Typhlosion, Manectric, or Terrak. Any one of them could be choiced. Actually, two of them are probably choiced. One of them might be Life Orb. It's scary. I said, and I've been thinking to myself over and over, Typhlosion is so scary. If he brings Typhlosion, I need to lead with Garchomp. I need to lead with Garchomp. Scizor and Garchomp, by the way, do put in a lot of work this match. Once his Scarfers are gone, once Terrakion or maybe Manectric are gone, Garchomp could win this game on its own. So yeah, I'm going to lead off with Garchomp. I can't afford Typhlosion to be anything else. Ooh, is he Scarf Manectric or not? Is he Scarf Manectric? That is the question. Okay. Could lips have fricks? What? Oh, you know what? Something I should do that's probably pretty important is import this into my calculator. That's a thing I should do. Here are some calcs I was running just for the lulz. So we're going to import that real quick. We'll also import for our Mega Scizor so that we have both Mega and not Mega form. Now let's see here. Our Tangrowth is Assault Vest. It is super specially defensive. Manectric, I don't know. Hidden Power Ice. Overheat could do a lot, of course. There's potentially Hidden Power Ice coming this way. It's probably not going to do a lot, though. Yeah. So getting back to the game. I don't have a lot of fire switch-ins. Would Hidden Power Ice KO me? That's another thing I need to worry about. Potentially, if he's Life Orb. That's not something I want to risk. I'm gonna go Bronzong here. As he Volt Switches, man. So he's already starting. I found out he's Life Orb. That's really good information. And now he goes into his Typhlosion. And I don't have a switch in. Yeah, exactly. Something I was scared of. I'm going to go hard into Garchomp here. If he wants to, he can try to make an HP Ice play. But, yeah. They're so funny. There's like a meme in this league that Typhlosion is 50 Tyson. He's playing super aggressively. As there's the Eruption, that is Specs damage. Guys, that is a quadruply resisted hit. That is a Specs Typhlosion. Exactly as anticipated. Yep. That is a, that was a high roll, if not close to maximum, depending on his investment, but oh my, that is a timid choice Specs Eruption. That is something scary. So what we can do now is we can Earthquake. Oh man, I don't like this being already weakened. He can go into Yuxi here if he wants to. Man, I can't really afford to make a double of any sort, really. Because this thing just puts in so much work. He could go into either Crobat or Yuxi here. Yuxi is probably the play, given that if it's defensive, it's not going to take much damage at all from my attacks, just in general. I could Stone Edge, knowing that Stone Edge will probably KO. No, I can't even say probably. Oh man, my best play here. I can play safe or I can make a double. He's playing aggressively. I feel like he plays safe here to protect his Typhlosion, which clearly puts in so much work on my team. I want to go into Scizor, anticipating the Yuxi. Or even the Crobat. I can't. I got Earthquake. As he stays in. He stays in. Oh my goodness. I called him out. Oh my goodness. Okay, so for those of you wondering, and those of you who watch right now, that may seem like a really stupid play. Like, Garchomp outspeeds Typhlosion, and why in the world would he stay in on a Garchomp? There was a lot of mental... there was a lot of mind games going on there. He had been playing aggressively up until this point, so I can almost guarantee you he was predicting me to make a double, anticipating him to make the aggressive, or the safe play, because he was basically trying to call me out on my aggressive play with another aggressive play. And yeah, that's the that's so intense. Thank God that thing is gone though. Thank God that thing is gone. So now here's the question: does he HP Ice or does he Volt Switch? How much is HP Ice doing to Thundurus? From Manectric. Darn it, it keeps going back to Hidden Power Grass. I don't care about Hidden Power Grass. It's not going to be helpful at all. Of course. I'm saying Hidden Power Grass, so I go right into it. Hidden Power Ice is going to do a lot if it's Life Orb, and it is Life Orb. I think my play... Does he go for like an Overheat here? Man, my team is fire weak. That is for sure. At least I have this Gligar here for Terrakion. That's really helpful. I'm gonna go Bronzong again. I've already shown that, but he might just hit in power, anticipating me to, again, try to be more aggressive with my plays. Okay, so now here's the question. Does he have Overheat? Overheat to my Bronzong, to the average Bronzong. Oh, actually wouldn't even do all that much, now that I think about it. But to my Bronzong, is only going to do that much, and it's going to lower his attack by a lot. He thinks probably that I'm, Levitate, not Heat Proof, so I can actually, if he goes for Overheat, he probably thinks it's going to KO me at this point if it hits, which is going to bait it to go for that, and then I live any hit after that, because his special attack will be lowered. So I do want to get on my rocks here, as he Thunderbolts. Oh, he goes straight for the Thunderbolt. That's surprising. So we go for our rocks here. Volt Switch, Hidden Power Ice, Thunderbolt, and he's got to be running Flamethrower. Flamethrower or Overheat. We live one. We definitely live one hit. How much would Overheat do to Garchomp? That's probably not a play I should make regardless, but now I'm just curious. Okay. How much does Psychic do to this? Psychic 46. So that's not going to KO. Does he T-Bolt here, or does he Flamethrower? That is the question. I do want to keep this thing relatively healthy. How much is Overheat going to be doing to Tangrowth? I can type, guys. A lot better when I'm not super nervous. Let's go Tangrowth here. Because if he Overheats or Flamethrowers, we take it decently well. As he just Hidden Power Ices. Interesting. I think he's anticipating the Thunderous T potentially. We live in Overheat. His Hidden Power Ice did how much? 28.3. Yeah, so we live in Overheat no matter what. So what I'm going to do here is... Do I Giga Drain? It's got a good chance to KO after we take a Life Orb hit. The thing is, I don't want to go for knockoff and have him go into Terrakion. That would just be awful. I do kind of want a Giga Drain. Actually, would knockoff be the end of the world? No. I'm going to Earthquake here. I see Hidden Power Ices again. So he might not have Flamethrower or something like that. Interesting. And so we take that out, which is nice. He's probably going to go into Crobat here and try and defog away the hazards. I still think he was trying to call me out on aggressive play with the Hidden Power Ices on the potential go into Thunder's T on a Thunderbolt or a Volt Switch or something like that. As he goes into this. Yeah, so that's not too surprising. He's probably going to defog away. I actually want to go hard into my Bronzong here because I take any hit he can go for, and I get a little bit of leftovers recovery back, and I can just get my rocks right back up. Oh, as he taunts me. I should have seen that coming. I really should have seen that coming. It's good on his part. So he's probably going to U-turn out here. Yeah, he probably U-turns out here. So what I want to do is go into my Thunderous T probably to hit whatever wants to come in. He could Brave Bird. Yeah, I'm going to go hard into Thunderous T on the U-turn potentially. Yeah. And now what wants to come in? The only thing that can really come in is a Terrakion potentially. Yeah. And there's the Terrakion. Now I go hard into my Gligar here because that is why it exists. He sees that I'm not leftovers. He might think we're Scarf. Psychic does a lot to this, but I don't want to risk it. Given that this is probably Scarf. I changed my mind. So he is not Scarf. He is SD Terrakion. That is a monster in and of itself. So we're gonna make this +2 and go to our Gligar, which should still be able to take this like a champ and put it in Bullet Punch range, which is the real big deal. So I'm just gonna Earthquake here. And force this thing out. Man, what a ballsy play. What is cool though is if I get to +2 speed with my Thunderous, that puts me in a really good spot. As he goes into this. Okay, that's fine. He might pivot into Crobat here, but I'm just gonna Toxic as he knocks me off. Okay, that's annoying, but as long as I hit this, that's really good for getting damage on this. Now, what else do I go into here? I probably go into my Bronzong, as he might T-Wave me or something like that. So I can get on my rocks again. As he reflects. Oh, interesting. Well, I'm just going to get on my rocks again. Yeah, I'm going to get on my rocks. As he goes hard into this. He might not know that we're running Psychic. I believe I'm EV'd to live one of these. So he doesn't know if we're heat proof or not yet, actually. And Psychic is going to put it in bullet punch range, even if Reflect is up. Wait, why is this doing so much? Oh, it's at +2. So yeah, we live any one hit he wants to go for unless he's adamant. So I'm going to Psychic here as he SDs. And that should be putting him in range of, what's it called? In range of bullet punch. Now, at this point, I go into Gligar, and I'm okay with sacking it, because it was only here for this Terrakion, and I don't need it anymore. And it's already lost its Eviolite and everything, so as he close combats, that still does a hefty chunk, man. That still does a hefty chunk, that's for sure. So... okay, so what's my best play here? I went into this to sack, but what is... how could he screw this up and I get some sort of move off, is what I'm thinking right now. And I think that best play is to potentially Roost if he goes into Crobat, as he just close combats again to sack it, which is totally fine. So now... not a 6-0, the obligatory not a 6-0. Let's see here with Scizor. We have a very defensive Scizor. So, Terrakion at +2. I believe he's Jolly. I believe he's Jolly based on that damage. Close combat did 52% to Gligar. I want to calc this real quick. With our Eviolite knocked off. Close combat at +2. Oh, he might be adamant. He might be adamant. That's a lot of damage. Yeah, so that had to be... so he's got to be adamant. Okay, so that's good to know. So now the question is, do we take a +2 close combat? We do. We do. We're just that strong. That said, now I need to see, pretty much with this setup, can I sweep? Because I could BP, he could go into Crobat, and +2 BP would KO that in all likelihood. I should have checked on the U-turn damage, but I imagine he's bulky regardless. Aromatisse, BP would not to a KO that necessarily, and Uxie, I think that'll outspeed us. I mean, this is a max speed, but even min speed, it still outspeeds us. So I don't necessarily want to set up just yet. What I'm going to do is just go into my Scizor and click Bullet Punch. Get my Mega Evolve, my Mega Evolution off. Yeah, yeah, that thing might be running HP Fire if I had to guess. It might be running HP Fire. If it is, it's not going to do a lot, because, I mean, we're built to live in HP Fire from Max Special Attack Magearna. So that's not even going to 2-hit KO us. Which means we can set up on this. He could Yawn or T-Wave. But I think our play is to set up here. If we get up 2 SDs, we OHKO everything else in the rest of his team. So I'm going to SD here as he T-Waves. Which, I mean, like, I get it. It's kind of a sucky thing to do, right? But it is his only win condition at this point, so I get it. Garchomp at this point should be able to win as well. So yeah, I'm going to SD again here. And now we should be able to pretty much KO just about everything. We're at what, +4? BP will KO after one more turn. So I'm gonna Roost here. Oh, as he reflects. That's actually a really good play on his part. We're going to SD again here then. So we can get to max attack, and our best play at this point is actually to just stall out the screens for as long as we can. So don't hate me for this solo. But this is my best play, is to get back to maximum health if possible and stall out the screens if possible. So now we're at 100% health, he's dead, and the screens are only up for a couple more turns, if anything. And so now we should be able to, it should be a roll, but we can KO this straight up. Yeah, and I think that might have been a roll depending on his investment, but that's fine. Now the Reflect is gone, and there's the Crobat. So that, well, I'm not going to say anything just yet. Okay, that's GG. Good game, Solo. Yeah, I think that was a good game. I think the very beginning of that game was so dangerous and so volatile because of the Typhlosion. There was a lot weighing on how he played with the Typhlosion and how I played around it. So it might seem like he threw away the game at the beginning, but that was just kind of like a high risk, high reward. If I made a play wrong, I lost him on to Typhlosion. If he made, I think he might have been a little too aggressive with it, anticipating me to be safe, but because he started off so aggressively, I kind of had to play a little aggressively myself. Overall, I'm pretty happy with how I played this match. I feel like it was very under control after the Typhlosion died, and I feel like I was able to play around pretty well. I'm curious as to whether or not the Manectric had a flamethrower or not, but overall, that was a really good match, and I'm happy to say we are 6-1 now. So we're doing pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it. This was one of the bigger obstacles in our road. I don't know exactly who we play next week. As always, I never look at the next team until I'm done with the one in front of me. But yeah, you had me really nervous, Solo, and it was really scary in the beginning there, and you really forced me to play on point. But yeah, if you guys were excited for this, let me know in the comment section below, and I hope to see you guys next week when we play someone that you'll find out when you see the thumbnail for it, because I don't know. But until then, this has been Midnight Zero, and this mission is complete.